thank you for joining me again. My name is Leslie Germain, and today we're going to do a 5-pose challenge where I try to get us into a fun pose within 5 poses or so. So these are poses that I would scatter throughout a class if I were teaching a flow to get us into an apex pose, such as today's Bird of Paradise. It is a very fun pose. People generally love this one. So let's get to it. We're going to start in a seat, wide-legged. And so be more like 90 degrees, not super open for this one. And then inhale, lifting the arms up overhead, standing tall. Exhale, lowering the hands down to the ground. And if you can, keep active legs. So to keep active legs, we like to point the toes up. Notice if you do nothing, little jello-like action, and then you engage the feet, drawing the heels through. The legs are now more grounded and strong to keep you rooted in the earth. So once again, inhale, moving the breath and arms up. Exhale, hinging from the hips as much as you can, allowing the hands to walk a little bit further out in front of you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge the hips, keep rooting the feet and the legs. And you can stay here if this feels okay, allowing your head and neck to fall, or maybe come down to your forearms. And we'll be here for about 5 more breaths. With each breath trying to soften the space in the inner thighs. And if your feet are really active, you might feel this all the way along the back chain of the leg, from the hamstrings to the calves, even the back of the knee. Walking yourself back up, bending the left leg so the foot comes onto the inner right thigh. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, leaning over to your right. So maybe the right hand reaches down to the leg, left arm reaches up overhead. Working on finding a little more space along the rib cage. Inhale. And then slowly starting to shift the rib cage over the leg. So instead of opening out to the side, we're now twisting and then walking yourself forward. Head and neck soften here. Inhale, opening back out. Moving with this flow, exhale, twist. One more time, inhale. Maybe reaching for the foot if you can find it. Exhale. And hold here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming up and switching sides. Right knee bends, reaching the left arm on the leg, right arm reaches up overhead. And twisting the rib cage up and away. One more breath. Exhale, torso now leans over the left leg as we fold forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. One more, inhale. Exhale. Slowly rise. Coming back into your wide legs. This time go as deep as is comfortable in your body. So we don't want to cause any pain here. I'm not a no pain, no gain kind of teacher. I'm one that's more feel your body, what feels good, do that. So find your wide-legged ability. Inhale, exhale, come down just like we did when we started for 5 breaths. Grounding the legs by sending energy all the way out through the heels. Externally rotating those outer hips. One more breath. Beautiful. Slowly coming up. Finding our way into boat pose. I like to start my boats by a supported boat, hugging underneath my legs and finding my breath here. If this feels okay, maybe you start to lift the feet, gazing toward your toes. And if you'd like to engage your core a little bit more, which I recommend every once in a while, reach the arms, releasing the legs. And we're going to slowly lower, as slow as we can, down to Hollowboat. So Hollowboat is where we still have our glutes and hips on the ground, but our legs, shoulders, and head are lifted, carving out the belly here. And we're gonna be here for 10, 9, are we shaking? Yeah, 8, 7, 6, if it's getting too hard, bring one knee to the chest, 5, 4, and switching, 3, if you took that option, 2, 1, exhale, whew, release. Taking one audible exhale here, inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Bringing your knees into your chest, maybe drawing small circles with your low back. Switching direction and beginning to roll yourself up and back and forward until eventually you can find your way up, maybe standing all the way up or rolling onto your side to stand. This time interlacing our hands behind our back. And if this is too much for your body, feel free to grab a towel or a strap nearby. Inhale, send the heart up. Bending the knees here a lot. Exhale, forward fold. So if you can, I invite you to bend your knees so much that your belly and thighs are touching each other. Because what I'm more concerned about here is finding space in the shoulders. So draw your hands away from your body, down to the ground. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Releasing the hands, keeping your knees bent. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then twisting that right elbow around the left outer thigh for revolved chair. So maybe you stay here, or maybe you'd like to fly, opening the arms out wide and twisting through the rib cage for 2. 1, inhale, coming back through center and twisting to your other side. If you open your arms out like wings on one side, repeat here for 3 and 2. Last breath. Inhale, coming back into chair pose, reaching the arms up overhead. And then as though you're coming up out of water, inhale, exhale, release. Bringing ourselves back to the earth, grounding our feet. Really ground that left foot, and then begin to draw the right knee up into the chest. So this is hand to big toe pose. If you are able, bring your peace fingers, peace man, to your big toe, and then begin to kick out. If this feels way too much for your body, that's okay. Bring your hand back to your knee, standing tall, and then opening out to the side, externally opening up the hips here. If you were able to grab onto the big toe, kicking energy out through the heel once again. Find a steady gaze, something not moving. Soften the breath. Soften the shoulders. Exhale, slowly lower everything back down to the ground. Okay, how'd that go? So if you felt super wobbly and all over the place, the wall is your friend. Use the wall, okay? All right, right foot, now rooted. Inhale, left knee comes into chest. Maybe you grab onto the big toe. Whenever you're ready, open out to the side. And each side is different. Maybe you're able to grab the big toe on this side when you weren't on the other. And we'll be here for 3 more breaths, remembering once again, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Last breath. Exhale, slowly lowering the foot back down to the ground. Beautiful. Okay, coming into a wide or extended side angle, the right foot will go forward, left foot pivots on its heel back, so it's almost like a warrior 2. And then allow the elbow to drop down to the knee, top arm reaching up overhead. And so we haven't got to pay attention to our core for a while. So let's wake that back up. Reaching the right arm parallel with the left for 3. Oh man. Use the belly, draw it in for 2. And 1. Exhale, bringing your hands back down. And this is where we can go for the bind. So letting that top arm go behind, or flipping the thumb in and down. So the top of the hand comes to the back body. And if you have a strap, feel free to take that strap or towel in the hand to reach it over the body. The right shoulder dips down under the hip, reaching your other hand back, maybe finding that strap if it's floating back there, or your towel, or interlacing your peace fingers together. And then beginning to slowly bring weight into the front foot to heel toe the back foot to the front of the mat. So I'm going to reposition myself so you can see the pose more clearly. The left foot is now your root. Really put all your weight into the left foot. Maybe you have the bind, and if so, take the right heel off the ground, leaning the weight into your toes. And then exhale down. If that feels okay, sucker punch the gut, draw the belly in. Maybe you can lift on the toes a little bit more. Maybe the feet get so light, oh my gosh, they just float right on up. Look at that, magic. Until we're standing tall once again. Crown of the head, over the heart, over the hips, over the heel. Bird of paradise. And if your flower is ready to bloom, allow the energy to kick out through your toes or heels while straightening the right leg to however much you can. Remember, we haven't done a lot here. This is 5 poses to get here. Be happy where we are as long as we feel good. And exhale, slowly lower with control. Oh man, a little wobbly. Woo. And releasing, shaking it out. How'd that go? Good news is the other side usually goes better because we know what's happening. So this time the left leg is gonna go forward. Right heel pivots back. A little warrior 2 before leaning ourselves forward into extended side angle. Let's wake up our obliques. Reaching the left arm parallel with the right for 3. Oh, can you smile here with me too? 1, exhale, right hand drops behind you. Left elbow can come back down. Reaching that left shoulder once again underneath the hips. See if you can find that strap or towel if you needed it, or grabbing your peace fingers. And this time heel toeing that right foot slowly towards the front of your mat. So now your left foot and your right foot are in the same plane. Once again, I'm going to reposition myself. This time I'm rooting all my weight into my right foot as I draw my left heel off the ground. So I'm playing with getting weight more in my right foot and seeing how light I can go on my left toes. Now engage the core, draw the belly into spine, and see if you can slowly draw yourself up. Steady gaze. Until maybe you're standing tall here. On the other side, oh man. Where's that wall? Okay, standing up. And see what happens on the other side. Maybe you blossom into another beautiful bird of paradise. For 3. How's your breath going? Soften the shoulders. Last breath. Beautiful. Exhale. How slow can you come down? Take your time. No rush. And then releasing the strap or the hands, coming all the way tall, doing some big, wide circles with the arms, and reversing direction. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep practicing. The more we practice, the easier most of the time these poses become. Namaste.